Welcome to the first episode of It Ran Last Time I Used It. Today we're going to work on the lawnmower. What I got is I have a lawnmower that will run on starting fluid. So I know it runs. But for some reason it doesn't seem to be getting fuel. I haven't figured out why. I'm getting fuel to the carburetor, but somehow I'm not getting fuel to the intake manifold. So what we're going to do today, we're going to pull that carburetor off there and clean it, basically rebuild it. I don't have a rebuild kit. I may have to order one. I don't know if I can even do that. So we're going to give it a shot. Got to pull all that stuff off there, clean it. Hopefully it'll run after that, because I sure could use my push lawnmower. There's a lot of places I can't get to with the rider, and that push sure would be an asset. So come on with me. Let's see what we can get done. All right, first thing we got to do is figure out this linkage. Let's get that fuel line off there. I installed a fuel shutoff on all my machines so I can do things like this, because it seems like all I ever do is rebuild carburetors. So let's go get a screwdriver and get that fuel line off of there. First thing we're going to need is a pair of pliers, a pair of needle nose, and a screwdriver. Let's see if that one works. There's Gary, Relly, and Rocco. Alright, let's see what we got here. We're probably going to tear up that fuel line doing this, because it's probably old and rotten. Alright. I don't think there's any fuel in this thing at all. Got me wondering if the simple reason was it couldn't make it up over that bump. Got me wondering. Let's it couldn't be that simple. I know it can't be that simple. Let's put a few little fuel in this thing. Give her a tug or two and see what happens. All right, we got to get her down off the table. Just to be a good mechanic, let's check the oil in it. Make sure everything's nice and good there. She's about half a quart low. Put a little oil in her. See if we got any lawnmower oil over here. Lawnmower oil. And that old lawnmower is the first one you grab. Shouldn't take much. Oh yeah. Too full now. Yep, just right. Little engines don't hold that much oil. Let's wheel her out here and put a little fuel in her. Good job, Gary. All right, let's give her a tug or two, see what happens. Let's try a little Cosby sauce in that carburetor. See if it helps her kick over. Evidently I'm missing a linkage, but that may have solved the problem right there. That gas wasn't able to make it over the hump. Let's turn that fuel off. All right, I don't know where that linkage has got off to. I may have to make it, but I don't know how long it needs to be. So there may be some trial and error to get that done. But we really need to put our tools away. Looks like that linkage goes from here to here, and it'll pull it, keep it from running wide open. Let's get a piece of wire, see if we can make it. Oh, I've lost my dogs. Boys! Boys! There you guys are. All right, now we need a piece of wire. This looks like the winner right here. Let's get some pliers. We need that, which is going to fit in there. And then probably need to bend this right here. Like that. So that can fit there and that can fit there. Let's go back with another bend right here. And cut that bad boy. See what happens. So that'll go in there like that. That goes in there. Like that. Let's give her a tug and see what happens. Well, that went a whole lot easier than what I expected. That was just basically moving the fuel line, and gravity was fighting me, is what it was. My fuel line went up a hill and it's gravity fed fuel. So, matter of moving a fuel line, putting a piece of linkage on, got that taken care of. Next project, not so easy. What we got now is, wife and I call it the DR. Now it's not a DR. It's just a walk behind weed eater. DR makes them, and I can't call it a weed eater, it's a string trimmer. But DR makes them, but this is not a DR made by DR. It's an offshoot. I don't know. Not even going to venture to guess. But I found it at a garage sale. Worked on it. They said it wasn't running. I worked on it, got it running. Used it for a little while. Parked it out next to the barn here at the farm before we lived here. And it sat outside in the weather 3 or 4 years. Now last time I used it, which is probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it caught on fire. Made her chuckle, scared her a little bit. It's no big deal. The carburetor is trashed on it. So we're going to have to completely take the carb off and completely clean it. Change the oil in it. Just a basic rebuild. But it's going to be a handy machine once I get it done. So let's get it in here. Get some wrenches turning on it. See what kind of damage we got to work with. Now that's her sitting in the weeds next to that lawnmower. It's in pretty bad shape. The tires are all shot on it. They're hard rubber tires, just like a lawnmower. They're all shot on it. May end up buying some high wheel tires for it. I don't know. But let's get her in there and see what we got. Whew, what a mess. What a mess. And down here's the carburetor. It's got a silly electric start on it. I wonder if that, well, the linkage and carburetor's not froze up, and that's a good thing. Sure could use some oil. That's a good thing. So I think the first thing we need to do, see about getting that carburetor off there. Let's pull that plug first and see what we got. Well, that don't look good at all. I don't know what the heck is in there. We're definitely going to need a new plug. Alright. I got somewhere around here, I got a tray started. Of parts for this thing. I don't know what happened to it. It was sitting on top of that thing. Huh. All right. Let's get that linkage off of here. I need to put my eyeballs back on because I can't see without them. Alright, grab a pair of pliers. Alright, that's taken care of. You know what? I think we better just tear this thing all the way down instead of just pulling that carb. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Looks like this thing needs to come off here first. Get it out of my way. I'm not sure how to get that. Not sure how to get that off there. Maybe we don't have to pull it all the way down. Let's get some wrenches and get this black part off of here, because that, for sure that bulb's destroyed. Let's get this part off and see about getting to that carburetor. Wish I knew where that tray was that I started all this with. I'll have to find it. It's got my air cleaner in it. Get this fuel line off of here, if it'll even come off. Can't see anything down in there, it's too dark. All right, next thing we got to get, there should be hidden in all the crap right here, all the dirt. There it is. You see that bolt right there, that nut right there? That's not a nut, it's a bolt. That's what's holding that carburetor on there. And we're going to need an extension and a bigger socket. These little, call them sewing machine tools. They are handy dandy. Let me tell you what. They're the handiest things when it comes to working on lawnmowers and stuff like that. You cannot beat these things. And what the hey diddle diddle. Thought maybe we'd gone over the metric or something. Looks like it's coming out. Let's get the extra long extension. Maybe we can get outside that tire. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the carb. Right there. The old carburetor. Look at the water in there. Oh my goodness. If you can see this right here, that's what happens when oil and water mix. You see that milk? I bet I end up tearing this engine all the way down. I bet I do. I'll end up tearing this engine all the way down. Because that's not good. Not good at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some parts cleaner, soak this stuff in. Wow. That's not good at all. Well, that's what happens when you leave your machines out in the weather for years at a time. So, tell you what, let's end this right here. Let's end this video right here. Crooked Willow Farm segment. It ran last time I used it. Things aren't looking good. Let me see if I can get you in there and give you a close-up of this carburetor throat. This basically this intake manifold, and because it's not looking good. So we're going to end this thing. I'm not going to get you in there and show it to you. Just take my word for it. We're going to end this thing because I really don't feel like tearing into this all the way right now, because I'll end up with a 2-hour video of me just taking this thing apart. I don't want to do that. I want to do it in segments. I'm going to probably continue to work on it and then get y'all caught up on the next episode of It Ran Last Time I Used It. So, from Crooked Willow Farm, y'all stay safe, be good, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.